Hey, what's up? I'm Thomas and I make stuff, and this is making a Viking cosplay part. There's no parts to this. It's just one part. This, yeah. Now the thing is, there's lots of popular Vikings out there, and I want to choose a cool Viking, and I think Eivor from Assassin's Creed looks really cool, so I'm gonna do that one. And let me just drink some apple juice because I'm really thirsty. So I bought some of this jute because Eivor has a shirt underneath his everything that he's wearing, and you can see it at the elbows. It's like only the elbows that show it, really. So we're gonna use jute for that because it's brown and it's roughly woven. I've actually already made a shirt. It's just a normal shirt. It's not hard to make. And I've sewn it by hand with some jute. Now the thing is, he's also wearing like a blue tunic thing, I don't know, something that's blue over that. It's got short sleeves, that's why you can see the elbow things. And I'm gonna make that out of some blue fabric. Some of this stuff. There we go, it's like blue and black, but it's just like blue, you know. We're gonna make it out of that. It's only got one side that's good, so I'm gonna make it out of that. We're gonna stick some gray stuff, like the same kind of fabric but gray on the back side, and then we're also doing some borders because there's some fancy stuff. And but yeah, we're first designing the cape.
Sewing time lapse.
If I look a little bit different than last time, that is because it's actually been a whole week since I've recorded the last clip. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't make any progress. As a matter of fact, the blue thing that we started on last time is basically almost finished. You know, there is some brown stuff on the inside. Their borders have been folded over twice and then sewn. There's also a fancy little red border for the hood. Very nice. I really love how this looks. But we still need some more borders for the sleeves and for the bottom. And as a matter of fact, I've already planned those out. I've drawn some patterns with chalk on there, and I've actually already embroidered one of them. And as you can see, looking absolutely fantastic. So I think it's time for another time lapse. Let's just jump right into this. I want to get this over with so fucking bad. Is it still in focus? Oh wow, oh wow, I'm so close. Let's go. Yeah, so camera battery died and I didn't record any of the progress, but I did finish 4 out of the 5. This is the only one I still need to do. I've had enough of this shit. It's taken me a whole fucking weekend. Come on, give me a break. And there we go. All done. Absolutely fantastic. Now this white belt that I'm wearing is it's not gonna be in there because Eivor actually has a leather vest that he's wearing over top. So we're gonna be making that together with some leather belts. That's why I've got myself some of these leather scraps. You can find these on Amazon for fairly cheap. Oh yeah, all the parts, all the things that I'm making today, you can in this video you can find all the patterns and stuff in the description down below, free of charge, of course, and also the STL files for the 3D prints. Very nice. Now let's sew some leather, and I've never sewn leather, but yeah, wow. Wish me luck. I'll need it. The problem with sewing leather is that the sewing machine has a plate on the bottom with some teeth, and it grabs your fabric further along between every stitch so that you don't keep stitching in the same place. Well, leather has one flat side and one rough side, and the flat side just doesn't grab whatsoever, and it's a real pain, but I managed to make the jacket anyway. It was just a lot more time. I also put some gray borders on the sides, very nice because the original one has some borders as well, and we still need to punch some holes in here and do some random zigzag stitching with some jute, just like the original one. We also have some arm pads. They are just some fake fur, stitched together with some leather, punched some holes first to make my work a little bit easier. Again, sewn with some jute, and then glued another piece of leather on top to make it a little bit stiffer. And then we also have a thing for my finger to put in, and some straps on the bottom, little mechanism to lock them with some steel wire. Very nice. We have another one as well, but instead of just my middle finger going in there, we have index finger and thumb going in there. Right. Also have a belt. Right, this belt is not finished yet. We still need to make a buckle. I'm gonna try blacksmithing that buckle, just like I did some blacksmithing in the crossbow video. That went fairly well, so hopefully this works as well. If it doesn't work out, I'll just buy one. Anyway, some braided wire sewn on there, and then also some zigzag stitching with red wire to give me some red borders. What else we got? Okay, we have another belt. This is a thick belt for on your waist. This is for on top of the jacket, and then we also need to put some patterns on here. I think I'll just use some foam and then some like rub and buff to make it look nice and shiny. Very nice. Also sewn together with jute, and then also some kind of like zigzag stitch-ish thing on the borders. So do the borders. Yes, obviously. And then we also have some straps. This is it's got two loops. Belt goes through the loop, and then it just sits like that on your belt. Axe can go in there. We have a second one because we also have two axes. We also have some shoulder pads, very nice shoulder pads. These go onto your shoulder, obviously, and still need to make some contraption to attach them to your shoulder, because at this point they're just two loose flaps and they're just gonna fall off. Got a quiver, very nice quiver. Just some pieces of leather sewn together again, sewn into a cylinder with some jute, punched some holes before, make my work a little bit easier. There's a bottom one there as well, there's a strap around here, and I put some cardboard in here that's folded over to make it a little bit stiffer and not too bendy. I think that's about it.
Can I just real quick give a shout out to this boy? I mean, he's punched like an insane amount of holes. This thing was like $10. What?
Now I did run into a little problem with the jute stitching, because eventually, you know, you'll run out of wire, right? And you gotta put a new wire on your needle, and then you gotta knot it together with the old wire, and the knots start undoing themselves.
right? So you again then gotta put a little dab of glue on there, and then you get these huge nuts like that, or like this, right? And I mean, they really just don't look very good, and I haven't really found a way around that, you know. So if you know a way to solve that issue, please let me know in the comment section. Then I'll look for like other projects. Now these arm pads, gauntlets, things, I don't know. Like this one with the middle finger thing, right? It can go on my right hand. It can also go on my left hand, right? Because the thing is just in the middle. My two fingers on both hands, they're about the same size, right? So it fits on both. That's absolutely fantastic. And then this boy, right? The one with thumb and index finger. That one only fits on my right hand. Well, it's actually supposed to be on my left hand.
So I've been working all morning on these shoulder pads, and I can't get them to look right. They look ridiculous, they don't sit right, and it's just a pain in the ass, you know. And yeah, I'm gonna have to scrap these guys, because there's no saving them anymore, unfortunately. And on top of that, I don't have any more leather to make a second pair, nor do I have the time, because as a matter of fact, I'm going to a Comic-Con in about a week, and I need to make all of the weapons and stuff still. But that's fine, right? There's no shoulder pads, right? That's I don't.
We're done! We're finally done with all the stitching. Calm down. Breathe slowly.
Okay, stitching is done. Didn't really use this one anymore because, I mean, to be honest, like if you're trying to poke a hole into a giant piece of leather and all the leather is scrunched up inside here, you're just gonna have a bad day. So I used a little pokey boy, very nice pokey boy. And so all the stitching on the jacket has been done, very nice, and we gotta put. It's time for these guys. Wait a second. There we go. Can you see it? Yes, there we go. It's time for these guys. These are gonna be put onto the jacket. Oh my god. They're gonna be put onto the jacket onto here, right? On the sides. Right there. Boom. All the way along there. I have 9 of them. I'm gonna be put on there. These are gonna be painted to look metallic. And then they're gonna function as some sort of like clip thing. I'm gonna put some steel wire on there to make some clips, and then we can actually close the jacket and have it stay closed and not be flapping around there. I mean, I know we have also a belt, but I don't know. Don't ask me. It's design. So I did some testing, and after a few layers of black spray paint, some clear coat, and some rub and buff, looks like this. Pretty fucking epic. So we'll do the 8 others exactly like that as well, and then we'll attach them to the jacket. Yo. So, like I mentioned, 2 of them are ready to go, but we still need 7 more, and they are still drying from their first layer of black spray. So meanwhile, I suggest we start working on the weapons, because yeah, I only have one week to do this. So right now I'm out in the forest trying to find some wood for the bow and the 2 axes. What I'm searching for is a dead tree that is not rotten yet, and that's about 5 centimeters in diameter. And we should be golden. Never mind, I just found one. This boy right here seems pretty dead to me. It's a bit too thick for the bow, but I can use it for the axes, so let's take it down. Okay, never mind, that one's rotten as hell. This bow should do though. Very nice. I found myself some wood for the axes, some wood for the bow. I think that's great, so let's go home and start working on that. Meanwhile, all of these guys have been printing out, and now that they're done, we can start sanding these guys smooth to get all of the imperfections out, and then we'll give them some paint. Oh yeah. This is a traditional Japanese pocket knife. It's razor sharp. Let's see how it carves. The 3D printed parts have been painted black. Yeah, I know they were already black, but you want to put a layer of spray paint on top of that to seal the plastic, because otherwise if you put like rub and buff on there, the rub and buff will just go into the plastic. You'll use a hell of a lot of rub and buff for no reason whatsoever. So spray painted, then the axe handles have been carved out, the axes have been assembled with some epoxy, and then I used some plaster to fill up all the little grooves and make them not be grooves anymore. Then another layer of spray paint, obviously, because plaster is white, and then some rubber buff. And this is the result. I am quite pleased with the result. This is only one axe, we have another axe. We also carved out a bow, but that one broke shortly after, just snapped in two. Probably just didn't use the right wood. I mean, I just cut down a dead tree, you know, I didn't really think about what kind of wood, yeah, you know. So there's not gonna be a bow, but that's fine, because I would have had way too many props to begin with. As a matter of fact, I still need to run around with all of my props for a whole day on a convention, so it's not gonna happen. No bow. And the quiver we're gonna keep, yeah, quiver's gonna stay at home as well. The blacksmithing also just ended up being a big old failure. The steel wasn't getting hot enough, it started fracturing and breaking and everything started snapping. In the future, if I want to do some more blacksmithing, I'm just gonna get like a decent forge so that I don't have to worry about my steel not being hot enough. But we still have a belt to make. So I just took 2 of these loop-de-loop rings thingies, put them in the belt on one side, close it, close the belt thing, sewing, you know how it goes. And then we have the main piece, the leather jacket as well. It's been finished as well. We've got these, the locking mechanism, right? These boys, they've been painted with black spray and rubber buff, you know how it goes. And then some steel wire hooks on there. They go in holes on the other side. Really cool. And I think that makes us about done. Oh no, that's right. We still gotta make some pants. And I think I'm also gonna change the shirt, the t-shirt thing, from being from jute, because that's a real pain in the ass, that just seems to break all the time, to being some other fabric. I have some gray fabric that works. It looks closer to the original, so that's absolutely fantastic. And the pants are going to be out of jute though, because I have nothing else to make them out of. And they're also supposed to be brown, so see you in a bit when it's all done. There was still a lot of detailing work, like this pattern right here. This is just some foam with gold rubber buff on, or this gemstone right here, and then obviously the gold rubber buff and these leather straps. But I'm not gonna waste any more of your time with all of these details. Let's get to the end reveal thing. No, before we go there, there's one more thing. Eivor has a male and a female version, and you know, for the female version, I thought it would be fitting to have some heels. So I bought some heels on eBay for not a lot of money, and thank you very much for watching this video, and I genuinely hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you're interested in making this yourself, go check out the description down below. You can find all of the patterns for the fabric sewing stuff and the STL files for the 3D prints. You can find those all down below in the description box down below. Go check it out.